The Houston Texans have holes, many holes. And no, we're not trying to get dirty, but ESPN has found the numerous holes that the Texans have. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of The Lead. Your host, as always, Harley Dugan. We are back here again, ESPN Plus. You know, we got all the exclusive content. It's a paywall, and we are letting you go through that paywall if you watch the videos. So if you're watching, make sure you are subscribed. We are at 1687 subscribers at the moment. We're trying to get to 2K as soon as possible. So make sure once we do reach 3,000 subscribers, if you read that ticker down below, you automatically enter yourself into the raffling of a D'Amico Ryans autographed signed football. Yes, I said a D'Amico Ryans, the current head coach of the Houston Texans, the former captain linebacker of the Houston Texans. You will get that autograph signed football. All you got to do is subscribe to the channel. And why not? You're already watching. You love what you're seeing. Obviously, I got it all right now. Okay, let's get it on. ESPN Plus, NFL Draft Needs. Without further ado, the Houston Texans have some holes, lots of them. But ESPN has dialed it down to 5 positions that the Houston Texans are in desperate need of. We already know one. We possibly know a few more. This isn't rocket science, but it's always good to see a national media's perspective on it, especially someone like Jordan Reed, Matt Miller. I am a big fan of Jordan Reed. If you have not read his work or not follow him on Twitter, do it immediately. He is very knowledgeable. Matt Miller is a newbie on ESPN, but you might know him from Bleacher Report doing mock drafts for them. So, without further ado, Houston Texans state of mind. Let's dig in and let's swim into this and figure out what's going on for the roster spot. So, Texans, here we go. AFC South. Boom, there it is. Top needs. You got a quarterback, wide receiver, defensive end, cornerback, inside linebacker. That is what you're looking at. We all know quarterback. We all know wide receiver. Defensive end, yes, I'll throw it up there, but to me, the biggest miscue that's not on here is center. We do not have a center, and that is something they're not even mentioning in this article, this little short excerpt about the Houston Texans and the needs and what they're expected to do. You see it right here. Number 2 overall pick, franchise quarterback, another pick in the first round. They should look to find him a pass catcher. We've already dealt Brandon Cooks. That's what they mentioned. We signed Robert Woods. We got Noah Brown. We got John Mechie supposed to be coming back. We're hoping Nico Collins can take that next progression stage, hoping something can develop out of him. I did like what Chris Moore showcased last year for this Texans team. Even 2 years ago, I liked what I saw from him. I'm hoping he gets an absolute chance to make this team and get a fair chance on this roster besides just keeping the guy you signed in Noah Brown, which no offense to him. Getting the quarterback pick right, adding an early impact player and another first rounder is important to restore confidence in Houston. We're high on confidence right now, baby. We got D'Amico Ryans as head coach, and we're potentially taking the quarterback. If that is not confidence at an all-time high, I don't know what is. 12 selections, Nick Caserio can be aggressive in remaking the roster. Defensive spending free and spree in free agency. Should look to add the end corner linebacker fairly early. This is coming from Matt Miller. That is a quote coming from him. And I don't necessarily disagree, but I'm putting cornerback on the back burner for right now, especially looking at the depth you have. I'm not saying don't take a cornerback. If there is one that falls, take it immediately. But if John Django Jingleheimer Schmitz is there, I will bang on the table for John Michael Schmitz. I am absolutely in dire need, and the Houston Texans are desperate for a center, and we all know this. To have that not on this list absolutely is a travesty, and actually tells me they don't know what the Texans need, noticing that the end is actually before inside linebacker. I'm not against not drafting a DN. We need one. We need numerous amounts of defensive line help. But specifically, I'm not looking at DN. I'm looking at interior defensive line. That's why I hope someone like a Jalen Carter falls to 12. I hope that happens because you should run up to the board and not waste another second. The Houston Texans have holes, but it's not many of these. Yes, you need a quarterback. Yes, you need a receiver. Yes, you need an inside linebacker. Adding some youth and talent, yeah, we are shaking our heads up and down in agreement. We would love to have a Drew Sanders, a Jack Campbell, someone of that nature to add to D'Amico Ryans and Christian Harris, and let's see what we got cooking, okay? But at the end of the day, the Houston Texans have to get a center. They have to address these needs and some of the needs that are not on here. We as fans know what the Texans need. Matt Miller did a decent job of displaying it, but overall, center needs to be addressed. Interior defensive line needs to be addressed. Then I'll look into DN. Then I'll look into cornerback. Linebackers before both of those. So with all that saying, the Houston Texans have holes. ESPN found some, but as fans, we know there's a lot more. The realistic expectations are there, but the unrealistic expectations come into play as well. D'Amico got us hyped. Nick Casario's spending spree got us hyped. The draft is going to get us hyped. The Texans are on the ups. It's great to see some optimism from this franchise again. As always, guys, go Astros, go Rockets, go Texans. You have a blessed day.